There are a lot of things banned in Saudi Arabia, such as like women driving or playing sports, or single men walking alone in malls during specific hours of the day. These rules are changing day-to-day basis. Some laws make sense, most don't. They aren't necessarily about Islam itself, but about a high cleric's interpretation of the scriptures. Here we will discuss 10 of them. Movie theaters. Idolatry is forbidden in Islam, so it's also forbidden in Saudi Arabia. According to religious leaders in Saudi Arabia, people are gathered before a motion picture is considered as a form of idolatry. On the other hand, the rest of the Arab world has no problems with movie theaters except Saudi Arabia. This clearly demonstrates that Islam isn't that strict, but its interpretation can be. Thankfully, there is no problem with cable TV, which are loaded with tons of awesome channels. Don't worry, most of these channels are uncensored. There is also talks of lifting the ban on cinemas in Saudi Arabia. Bars. Since alcohol is forbidden in Islam, bars are also forbidden, except coffee bars. Many Saudis have their own home bar and they get together by inviting their friends. Some of the wealthier families have an entire nightclub in the basement of their houses. Suffice it to say, you will not find bars anywhere, and being caught with alcohol is grounds for some pretty severe punishment. Thankfully, you can take a flight to Bahrain and get your drink on. Photography. In Saudi Arabia, photography of certain places or people is banned, such as government buildings, palaces, or photos of state employees or royal family is strictly prohibited. Street photography is considered invasive, and if a police officer sees your camera, he will ask you to put your camera away. If you want to photograph there, you will need to do so hiddenly with a slim camera. Leave the DSLR at home. You may wonder, camera phones were banned in 2000, but the ban was later cancelled due to a public outcry. Publicly practicing any religion. Although plenty of people move to Saudi Arabia to take advantage of work opportunities, they are forbidden from publicly practicing any religion other than Islam. Wearing crosses or clothes with religious motifs, or carrying holy books is forbidden. People are free to practice their religion privately at their homes, but definitely not in public. Porn. Porn is strictly forbidden in Saudi Arabia. That doesn't stop locals from getting a VPN and viewing it anyway. Dating or political websites, especially those with contrary views to those of Saudi Arabia's ruling monarchy, are also forbidden. Again, VPN easily circumvents any online censorship. Pork. Pork is forbidden in Islam, and so it is one of the things banned in Saudi Arabia, but don't worry, there are plenty of alternatives that taste just like it. You can still order pepperoni pizzas with beef or turkey bacon, which tastes strikingly similar. Marrying a non-Saudi. It's not as easy as you think for a Saudi man to marry a non-Saudi woman and vice versa. They have to ask for permission from the Ministry of Interior to marry a non-Saudi. Don't be surprised if they refused your application. Valentine's Day. Selling or wearing anything red on Valentine's Day is banned in Saudi Arabia. Flower shops and gift shops are not allowed to selling red roses, anything heart-shaped or red on 14th February. The penalty for violating these rules will cause the store being shut down. Any girl that shows up to school with a hint of red is barred from entry and is sent home to change whatever it is that is red. The reason for these banning on Valentine's Day is to discourage people from celebrating it, as it is not an Islamic occasion and it may lead people astray, and to prevent people dating or from having any contact outside marriage. Social mixing. In many malls in Saudi Arabia, only families are allowed. Mall security would not allow a group of men or a single man to enter unless a woman is with them. This is especially true mainly for Saudi men, while many non-Saudi men, especially Western expats, are allowed in with no problems. In a stand-alone restaurant there are two completely separated sections, one for single men and one for families. Music school. Although music is legal in Saudi Arabia, there is an active music industry. However, there are no formal schools or institute for music. The general attitude for many religious people is that music is forbidden. Malls and stores do not play music through speakers in order not to offend religious customers. Because of this attitude, schools and universities do not teach music. Those who master singing or playing an instrument either teach themselves, are taught by a tutor or learn abroad. Despite all this, there is an underground culture of rock bands and concerts hidden away from the eyes of religious officials.